Can you say, I love my body and really mean it? Probably not, right? What if you could? What if you went from being your own biggest critic to falling in love with the woman in the mirror? Would that catch your eye? Would that catch your attention? Join me in this video and I'll show you how. I had lived over 4 decades of self-hate, self-rejection, self-criticism, self-loathing. Even at my teeny tiniest and in a very successful part of my career, it didn't matter what I saw in the mirror. It was just ugly. I was raised on ugly. I was raised on criticism, and I was abused physically, sexually, emotionally. I had been through, and everyone's got a story, right? Mine wasn't pretty. Maybe yours isn't either. But by the time I got to my early 40s, I was a wife, I was a businesswoman, I was a mother. I felt like a total failure, and I hated what I saw in the mirror, and I fell down to my knees one day and I called out to my creator and I said, I want help. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to be such a hater of myself. Show me how. And so we may have different faiths. Maybe for you it's the universe, maybe it's a higher power. Thank you that we can talk about our faith and our beliefs from different perspectives and still learn from each other. I believe in God the Creator and His Son Yeshua, and I got from Him, I heard from Him say, I love my body. Not audibly, but I love my body. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. There's no way that someone like me is going to love my body, because if you have been molested or sexually abused or physically or from a young age, you will carry with you the pain of shame around something that you didn't even do wrong. And you know how that goes, right? So grief recovery, etc., that's all really important. That's another conversation for another time. But what He gave me was, say I love my body. So because my desire to be free was greater than any pain that had ever been inflicted upon me, I committed to doing it. I committed to the woman in the mirror, and I committed to saying, not 10 times or 20, thousands of times a day is what it took. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. Through tears, through anger, through the angel over here saying, good job, and the devil going, whatever, this is bullshit. This is like ridiculous. You'll never go. All of that. I just stood firm. I'm like, I am going to love my body. I'm going to become my greatest encourager. And I committed that to myself and to my creator. I even designed a T-shirt. I'm like, I believe in walking my talk. I believe in wearing what I believe. I believe in saying what I believe. And so I designed a T-shirt that says, I love my body, in 3 different colors. And it actually took off. It became a mini revolution. Women all over the world and kids are wearing the T-shirt. Even men have got a T-shirt that says, I love my wife's body. You can go to lindapage.com and check it out. But I wore the T-shirt. I did everything. I took action, which is where this whole turnaround begins. It's like, prayer is powerful, but faith without action is dead. I took action. If nothing else, my whole life, I've been taking action against that which has been coming against me. I've been taking action in the direction of my identity and the goals and the life that I want to live. And so I stuck to it. I love my body. I love my body. Did I believe it? Of course not. You don't know who you're talking to. I was my best hater. I was my number 1 non-fan. I was raised on criticism. Like, I was good at hating myself. Did I believe it? No. Did I feel like a fraud? Yes. Did I feel like I was being hypocritical? Yes. But I also know, having invested heavily in my personal development around neuroscience and my body and emotions and etc., I know that if I say it, my feelings will eventually catch up, that if I commit to it, that my brain and everything will be rewired. And so I kept on saying, I love my body. I love my body. Guess what happened? I started loving my body. I stopped obsessing about my boobs, my butt, my flabby belly, my upper arms, my cellulite. And I realized I've been living my life, dimming my light, shutting myself down, second-guessing myself, self-sabotaging myself, feeling inferior and being fearful of rejection and of criticism and of judgment based on how I look. How preposterous is that? How, ironically, vain and selfish is that? Then lower your self-esteem, the higher you focus on yourself. Did you know that? If you have low self-esteem, which I did, don't anymore, then everything is about yourself. Anything that happens in life that anyone says or does, it's about you. How does it affect you? Can you go? How do you feel? It's all about you. It's exhausting. I used to be like that. If you have a high sense of self-esteem, you can focus on others. You give. You're a radical giver. You're free to love. You're free to, doesn't mean every day is, peaches and roses, but it does mean that you're able to much better focus on others. So I made the decision to say, I love my body. And it worked. Easy? No, of course not. Simple? Yes. Worth it? Oh my gosh, life-changing. I didn't have anybody helping me. I didn't have anyone guiding me. I didn't have you now can join a community of almost 9,000 women in this early part of 2023, where we are committed to getting up, dressing up, being that bold light on a hill, and saying every day, I love my body. We are a community of women who have chosen and committed to not criticizing our body or another body. We are women who are in training ground every single day in this community at Linda Page, who are saying, my spirit of beauty has a purpose. It has power. I'm called to arise and shine, and I want to break free from the bondage of this self-focused, self-deprecating, self-critical, disgusting, icky way of life. I want to be free from all of that. So, my friend, if you are done waiting for the wait, if you are done dressing down and blending into the background, if you are done with frumpy and frustrated, the good news is style is just a skill. More good news is there is a private group of women only, this close community of women who will come alongside you and welcome you in and say, come on, let's hit the ground running. Who are you? Where are you from? And let's get up, dress up, and be those bold lights on a hill that we know we are called to be. When it comes to personal style, it actually has got very little to do with your size and everything to do with your shape. So if you want to learn more about your body shape, go onto lindapage.com, sign up for one of my free webinars, or join Dress to Connect on Facebook. Ask your questions, learn. I give of my time for free. Why? Because I know how it feels to feel ugly and to feel bound and chained. And I also know how it feels to feel beautiful and to love myself and to be truly committed to the woman in the mirror. Style is just a skill. And you are worthy of walking into any room and turning heads and being admired and respected as a woman of style, a woman of success, a woman of strength, a woman of substance. That's who you are. I believe that fashion is a gift. I believe that color and texture and style are gifts from heaven above that can help us to highlight our best bits and kind of skim over our not so favorite bits. Rather than hiding that which we don't like, let us learn to hide that which we do like, which is what I'm doing right here. This is called fashion math. I call it fashion math. It's lines and angles. I am growing out my pixie. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I love big chunky earrings. I love my shoulders, my décolletage. Kind of skim over the middle of my body, and then I love my legs. So I have a personal style called the floaty skinny. I float on top. This is a beautiful, loose, baggy top, and I have skinnies. So, foam leather skinnies or jean skinnies or whatever it is, and I wear Spanx and heels but I know my body because I've decided that I want to commit to my body. I want to be in tune with my body, because when I am and when I prioritize myself and I look and feel beautiful, guess what? Everybody around me benefits. Nobody likes the frumpy, grumpy Linda. Everyone loves this Linda, where I'm looking and feeling good and I've put myself first. I'm like, okay, who's next? I'm ready for the day. Come on. What are we doing? Come on, bring it. Whatever is coming our way. Because color is energizing and personal style is just a skill. And nobody was born coming out of the womb looking and feeling like a fashionista. It is a style that they learned, and they learned their body shape, not their body size. So I invite you to join us here today. Be that woman who has decided to go from hating and criticizing herself to becoming her own biggest encourager, her own biggest cheerleader. It's possible. And end this video by saying, I love my body. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you go like, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't matter if you believe it. Just say, it'll be the first time you say, I love my body. And watch what happens.